Hey guys, Crystal Daz here, bringing another weekly Brutal Mutation. Gonna go ahead and get this started, and we'll tell you about it. We did this on custom because we're doing this a little bit ahead of time for next week's, which by the time you watch this will be this week's Mutation. It is on missed opportunities. It's called Growing Threat. And Hobbs, which were the mutations for this one again?
Mutually assured destruction, transmutation, and alien incubation.
Yeah. So, this was a real bugger because of transmutation coupled with the other ones.
So the fun begins.
Yeah.
Maybe for you.
So here's us selecting the mutators apparently. So I didn't know it showed this part. So
It does.
anyway, mutually assured destruction when the hybrids detonate the nukes. Well, transmutation ain't so bad alone, except the top tier is hybrids. So when everything morphs into hybrids that nuke you, it gets a little bit crazy. So, yeah, this was fun. I think we only got, what, 3 attempts and we got it? So,
Hi, commanders.
Took 3 attempts, yeah.
Yeah.
But we were different commanders, different enemies.
I guess that's terrazine for you.
yeah.
Speaking of, someone
We
has been
originally
destroying
got,
my harvesting bots.
Reaper
Sky
Liberator
Terran.
Terran at the beginning, and that was just an uber fail. What was our second one? We got Protoss, Immortal Comp,
Round, yeah.
that one went pretty well about halfway through, and then I screwed up and let them attack a wave of my lings, and, well, 18 hybrids came down on our bases, so... Yeah.
Having time stop is so much better than Zagara's Aidlings.
So yeah, one of the things about this mutation is you have to damage ally, or you have to kill your enemy faster than they can damage you, because the more damage they do to you, the higher chance of a hybrid spawning, and if your units get killed, a hybrid has a 100% chance of spawning, so you need to kill the enemies faster than they can damage you. So,
Which Airstrike fulfills very nicely.
Airstrike, Shadow Guard, Dark Templars, Nova's units in general, high damage units, and any way you can prevent yourself from getting hit is the key to victory here. We used a combination of Black Hole and Time Stop for our main abilities to prevent enemies from attacking us, and we just wrecked them with as much high damage stuff, me with Dark Templars and Nova with a lot of siege tanks and Widow Mines, and it worked out pretty darn well, I'm gonna have to say. So
We pretty much divided the map. We
yep.
had one person guard one side, one the other. That way we don't get overrun.
Yep.
Hostile sighted. Inbound on our
Unfortunately,
base.
as Vorazun, if you're going for a DT Corsair comp, it's a little bit rough for you early game, but her Shadow Guard can take care of the first wave and some rocks, so... We almost lost at the beginning here because I didn't make it to these Hellions in time.
Upgrade.
My Marines could have made it,
Yeah.
but he was closing in, so I trusted him to take care of it.
But if these Broodlings would have morphed into something else, it could have been a problem. Because these Broodlings from Alien Incubation, they can morph clear up to hybrids too, so... And that is just not a fun way to lose the game. I mean, just think about it. 2 Broodlings that spawn from a dead Zealot, they attack your units, they start morphing up, and then all of a sudden you have 2 hybrids from those Broodlings, and then you have 2 nukes in your base, and things can spiral out of control really, really fast. As we pretty much experienced on our second game, so... And these Broodlings, yeah...
The geysers, terrazine. Don't.
I think they get into my base a little bit later, too.
He's attacking my bots. Jeez, commanders, can't you keep a hold of aggro?
I think that was my base.
Well, regardless.
Upgrade complete.
Hostile forces are advancing on my bots. Have they no
So
respect
here,
for science?
Here I
guys,
decided to...
time stop a little
Yeah.
soon, but it doesn't hurt to use it.
I didn't want to risk those units attacking the bot and upgrading, so... Sorry.
It would come back by the time we needed it.
Yep.
My bots are under attack! My bots are under attack!
Now, for those of you who don't know, Mech Terran is 99% ground composition, so Dark Templars wreck everything here, as do Nova siege tanks, so we got very lucky with that.
So you should keep it company.
I think there's like a science vessel or a raven or something that
Yeah.
accompanies them.
They
but
do
other
get
than that-
accompanied once in a while by Ravens, and the very last waves do have a couple battle cruisers on certain maps. Not on this one, but on some maps. I love how you're doing the double tap shotgun for the
My
broodlings.
bots have returned. Looks
Yeah,
like
can't let them
remember that
transform.
design
Yep.
build here.
So right now, I'm just prepping my base, and Hobbs is carrying right now because,
More geysers
yeah.
are going to be active soon. And don't ask how I know that. I just do.
rushing to ravens and siege tanks as quickly as possible. Ravens are actually really good at delaying with the turrets
Yep.
because they all like to cluster up, and especially the siege tanks, they cluster
Upgrade
up,
complete.
and then it's an easy target for airstrike.
Yep. Oh, that's cute. You got Han Horner as your announcer. I can hear it when I select your view.
Yep.
Gotta love those spider mines.
Upgrades ready.
Speaking of mines, back in when this first came out, mines were stupid OP. That's why everyone went Rainer and cheesed this
My bots
mutation.
really
Yep.
But
relate
now,
to the terrorists.
mines can be nuked,
They're kind
mines
of
can be
patient,
attacked
so
when
I'm
uprooted.
letting them out
They're
now.
still somewhat effective, but they aren't as good as they were before.
Yeah, they definitely don't have the oomph. They still have oomph, but not the oomph that they used to have.
You can't rely on them alone. You
Enemies
gotta
are headed
you
for
gotta
my
back them up
bots.
somehow.
Yup.
What a bunch of jerks.
Like, see here, that took out a good chunk of them, but not enough.
Yep.
Picking up closer. Upgrades ready. Use it well.
Now the great thing about early game is they're not accompanied by detection, so my DTs can pretty much just go to town right here. And they're trying.
Please, please. Stop
Yeah, but the only
enemy.
reason they
Where
weren't
do I
attacking the
stop?
bot was because I had some Marines hanging outside the field, so that when I pulled them back in for a second, they immediately targeted the bot.
Upgrade complete.
So here I start the montage of bombing everything.
Seems like we could use a
My
defensive
upgrade for the
drone.
Shadow Strike finished just perfectly on time right there.
My bots are heading back to base. Be careful, commanders. It's a jungle out there. These guys are smashing my bots to pieces. I really don't want to pick up after them.
Upgrade complete. Our allies' base is in danger.
Help out. Our allies got into trouble.
Prepare yourselves. The enemy is inbound on our base.
So this next attack wave will always hit the expansion on the right-hand side, so we head over there and we defend this area once the wave arrives, and then we move out with a time stop. So it worked out pretty darn well for this, so I think.
Yep.
One of the things I can't emphasize enough, get on a voice chat with your partner and coordinate. It helps far more than you can ever... I mean, our coordination was spot on because we were able to talk to each other. If you have a chance to talk to your ally, by all means do it.
Yeah, I don't recommend doing this with randoms unless you're doing
No.
adventurous.
Count on Belshir to provide what you need.
Upgrade complete.
Stop in time now.
An ally is under attack.
I tried attacking the upper left base during that time stop, but it didn't last long enough.
The enemy is draining the terrazine from the Belshir gliders. We have to stop them. Or not, your choice. But once the Belshir glider's terrazine is gone, it'll be dead. So try to free it sooner than later. If you have a heart, that is. Bots are on their way, commanders. Please keep the little guys out of trouble.
Alright. And Hobbs says, "You got this wave?" And I'm like,
The enemy's moving toward my
sure.
bots. I knew I should have put more turrets on those things.
Now I start using black holes on the
Oh, I
waves.
wanted to set up for the right side.
Yep.
Upgrades ready. Use it well.
Because there are no hybrids in it, so I didn't
Yep.
think there was any need for me to intervene.
Upgrades ready. Use it well.
Now, one thing you gotta remember about Vorazun, her cloaked units do get a free life if they get destroyed, and they will get destroyed by a nuke every once in a while.
Which is why it's nice to have Nova with Ravens to heal.
Yep. So Nova can heal Vorazun's units after they die from hybrid nukes, which is nice. And you get a free life, basically, because all of her cloaked units recall like once every couple minutes or something. I forgot how often it was.
I think it's every 5 minutes.
I don't know, but it's worth it. Saved my butt a couple times. So here we go with another wave.
Tank is full. My bots are making a return trip now. Don't let them get away from you.
Now this nuke does get me. See, all my Dark Templars dead, but I hold the hybrid in place with that black
They all have
hole,
1 health.
so the cannons and tanks could take care of that second hybrid. Black holes are really great for holding hybrids in place while you siege them from afar, so it's good.
Look, commanders, bots. Oh, those are mine. And they have Terrazine. Belshire glider is almost dead, commanders. It's now or never.
That hybrid
Literally,
survived.
Choose either one.
And the battle cruiser.
Yep.
They're striking
The
our
enemy's
allied
attack
base.
will be upon us soon.
Didn't even notice that.
I did. I thought they were going to transform and then we get screwed over again.
Any little thing can get you screwed over in this. It's horribly annoying. Time stop here, but I lose way too much of my stuff right off the bat, which was bad. So I had to summon my Shadow Guard to take out the second hybrid. Then we still have a third hybrid that I have to get a nuke away from, so... Now Hobbs is over here just killing other stuff, and I come back to take care of this hybrid.
Wow.
There's 3
And
hybrids.
I had a hybrid nearly kill all my stuff, but
Yep.
emergency airlift for the win.
That's a good little
Yep.
bot. Welcome
Now I'm gonna
back.
try not to die here.
Missed you so much.
So I try to
Yeah.
get 1 or 2 Dark Templars to be sacrificial, so...
Hard work. We've only got about half of what
2
I
of them
need.
blinked out in time.
Oh yeah, here comes the hybrid in my
And
base.
here's the one in
and
the
then
base, and I pull it away, so...
There are more geysers on the way. Out of my
That was
head.
luck right there.
luckily it was low of health enough that... And then there's 3 broodlings
Yeah.
that attacked my SCVs.
It's like, I was really hoping those wouldn't transform.
But then 2 of them do.
Yep. But we got there in time, so...
So after that little delay, then we get back on track, and then
Yep.
it's pretty much smooth sailing.
You just gotta be very careful around all the hybrids, to be honest. Transmutation and mutually assured destruction are not bad on their own, but when they're together, oh man.
There go the bots. They grow up so fast. Daddy loves you.
Time to play defense.
Move that Marine! Oh!
The enemy clearly intends to attack my bots. Don't let them do that.
This is the wave that got us last game.
The enemy's eating my bots for
Because that was the one where my Lings were doing a run by in this area that I'm highlighting right now, and the wave came from over here, and all of a sudden we had 30 hybrids on the map. So, I mean, just one simple misstep and your whole game's over. You just can't contend with 20 hybrids at once. You cannot let enemies do damage to you.
Last forever and being destroyed. My bots, of course.
Stark Templar and those siege tank mines are both so good. Now, I was floating like 10,000 minerals here. I completely forgot about Dark Pylon Recall, so We did this instead. Beautiful. That wave can really knicker you up, because you get a wave from the upper left and the lower left at the same time, and yeah.
And the race is on. Which bot will make it back to me first? My money's on Gary. He always gets the best oil.
So yeah, as you can see, we're playing a lot more aggressively than we normally would, because you got to avoid damage. I mean, there's no way around it.
Oh yeah, and obviously going for the bonus is basically suicide unless you're very confident in yourself.
We could have done it
Enemies on the offensive.
if I had used time
No, I
stops
don't
for
think
it, but oh come on, we could have done it.
Allies base is going up in smoke.
I think it would have put us behind if we tried to.
Yeah.
Help out.
Either way, we got through it.
Our allies are in a rough
You
spot.
guys are gonna laugh at this
Friendly
part.
drone initiated.
My Corsairs
Yeah.
are just tickling that.
I told Daz he needs to upgrade his Corsairs because he's doing only 1 damage to that carrier, and he didn't believe
That
me.
means it's tea time. The tea is for terrorism.
My Corsairs are mainly for the disruption web, though, so. So yeah, now that we're good on that, all we have is 1 set of bots left, and we're pretty much good to go. So we just got to be very careful from here on out.
The bots are back in town. The bots are back in town.
Did not even see there was a hybrid there.
Oh, that terrazine.
Oh yeah, there's a
is
couple
all
hybrid there.
mine. I need just a tiny bit more, commanders.
I launched like 20 seeker missiles at it, but
Yep.
wasn't quite dead. But then that finishes it off.
My DTs are back alive again. Blink away!
Only to get nuked.
Should be the last
Yeah,
of the geysers.
there go my Corsairs, but hey, here they are again.
Interesting.
All with 1 health. That's what I love about Vorazun. As long as you don't die very often, you're allowed to die at least once, so... So, this part we coordinate a little bit. I take this area over here and this area over down here. He takes the upper left and the upper right, and it works out pretty good. But we clear out the upper right first, so...
Ooh, I love engagements.
Yeesh. They're really doubling down on this living terrazine extraction plan. Maybe we should put a stop to it. The Belshire glider's terrazine won't last forever. If you want to save it, you'll have to do it before it's completely drained.
I may upload a second video of us doing this again, depending on how many people like watching this or like different strategies, but I'll upload this one a little bit early. We'll do it again when it's time for it, but I think this was a pretty good run and a pretty good idea for
I see you, enemy
ways
scum!
to do
They're
this.
going to attack my bots, commanders.
Nova's
We mainly
airstrike.
wanted to see how bad this was in comparison to the first time, where we didn't have the Rainer crutch.
Yep.
Upgrades ready. Use it well.
Upgrade complete.
Dark Templars just have such a critical mass.
Also, if you go Alarak, he's also very good for this, but you have to be on par with your micro.
Mm-hmm. And specifically, you need Ascendants.
I mean, that goes without saying, but yes.
Our soldiers are in combat.
His Ascendants can nuke every wave, every hybrid, everything.
From a distance.
I do end up losing my army here at the very end, but that's when the bots are almost back at the end anyway, so... Didn't really matter by that point. Beautiful. Now we get away from the lower right, and then the upper left, and then we're done.
Giving me a call. This can't be right. If you add it up that way, it all comes out to the same thing. Yep. By my calculations, the Belshire glider is going to die soon. You don't have much time left to save it.
We should have gone for the gliders right now.
With 40 seconds left?
We've got a couple minutes. The bots would have made it back home before the hybrids could get
We're
to
about
them.
to have company. Enemy forces are gunning for us.
And the waves would have been stalled. Well, not that lower
Wait,
right wave.
we're at 20-second
Attack
timer.
when you are ready.
21-second timer. It wasn't gonna happen.
That was a lot of nukes.
So it's a big risk just to get XP that we don't even need.
Our allies'
Yeah.
base is in danger.
Hostile contact. Upgrades ready. Use.
They've engaged our forces.
Ooh, love engagements.
Well, that's one dead whale.
I mean, this is already challenging as it is. Like, that would just make it even harder.
This was actually pretty challenging. If you time your blinks really well, you can blink away from nukes, so... At this point I was just like, screw it, I'm attacking, I don't care if I die.
And he lost all the Corsairs.
Shut
The
up.
Dark Templar have suffered a loss.
Ooh, Nova got that one. Yeah, alright, and we're done, so...
And didn't even die.
GG! However, Tastos just does their little announcer thing. So yeah, that's Growing Threat. There are a few ways to do this. Nova, Alarak, Vorazun, Raynor is still viable, a little bit harder than before. I'm sure this can be done with any commander if your micro skills are godlike, but I'd recommend one of the powerful commander, one of those four powerful ones, Nova, Vorazun, Alarak, or Raynor, and go Siege Tanks, Spider Mines, Dark Templars, Ascendants, whatever your highest damage output unit is. That's my recommendation. I think other than that, we went over all the advice that you need for this map during. You got any advice for the viewers, Hobbs?
Try not to get an air comp.
Yeah, try not to get an air composition. That's a good advice. So, anyway, you guys let us know what you think of this, and we'll see if we want to post another video when the time comes. Y'all take care. Have a good one. See you next week. Bye.